One more deep, slow, conscious breath. Let us let go all past regrets, experiences, keeping only the learnings with us. Learning is more important than experience. Let us let go all future anxieties, worries, present confusions and tensions. Gurudev says that those who worry, they are atheists. They don't believe in God. Let us smile in our mind. Let us chant loudly. So that all lingering thoughts vanish.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Bhutaganaati Sevitam Kavittajambopalasaravakšitam Umasutam Chokavinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwarapadapankajam Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhe Bhavatu Me Sada Akhanda-mandalakaram Vyaptam yena characharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-anjana-shalakaya Chakshurun-militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Savaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiya Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandho cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम्
Hari Om to all. Thank you, Lata Rajshekar ji. So we are doing chapter-wise summary of Bhagavad Gita, and we are on the 5th chapter. And the name of the chapter is very important to all of us. Karma Sanyasa Yoga. The yoga of true renunciation. And this chapter is especially for us because Arjuna has asked one question that I have understood that self-knowledge is very important and I must seek self-knowledge. Other knowledges are required for our day-to-day survival, comfort, entertainment, because then we can earn money with other knowledge. But through this knowledge, one will get permanent, unbroken happiness. And for that, whether I have to leave my family, job, business and go to a guru, serve him because you told that, and do Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasam. So renunciation of action you are recommending, or can I have this self-knowledge while living in a family, doing a job and doing day-to-day duties? So that is a very important question, and Lord immediately has answered that both paths will lead to the same goal, but for you. So for you means for us. Path of action is recommended because while living in family, you have to practice certain things. So spirituality is not in action, like I listen to Bhagavad Gita, I go to temple, I do puja. Spirituality is in day-to-day attitude and action. So what exactly is karma sannyas? That is very important. So at the end of this chapter, I must make a note that karma sannyas means what? Because that is the name of the chapter. So very clearly Bhagavan has told that while practicing, while living in a family, you will get ample opportunities because you will meet people whom you don't like. You will have to do a lot of things which you don't like. You will be put in situation which you don't like. So neutralizing like dislikes is possible in family life only, job life only. So number one job, number one practice, what I have to do is neutralize like dislikes. How to do that? Do cheerfully what you dislike and don't get overexcited with what you like. At least sometimes go and try doing things what you don't like. And if I avoid it, God will put in certain situation which we don't like only. So this is an answer to one question which many people ask, that what to do if I don't like a person? I normally avoid. Yes, that is good way. But suppose I am not trained, then Bhagavan will ensure that this person comes in our family only. Then how will we avoid? Mother-in-law, father-in-law, husband, wife, children, somebody will meet where we have to practice overcoming dislike, because all people will not behave as we want, they will behave as they want. So this is a very important practice. Second point is overcome and practice letting go result of actions, because that is not in your hand, that is in my control. So don't try to do God's job. Don't try to worry about what will happen in South Africa, what will happen in Africa. You do your job, you do your duty with a cheerful mind, not with boredom and burden. This is also very important. No, what to do now? I have to do my duty. No. Bhagwan says, no. You have to do this duty cheerfully and let go the results to me, without insistence and resistance. Third, practice. This is karma sannyasa. If we miss these points, then this chapter essence is gone. Third point, what Lord told, that let go mindness and possessiveness. That's the reason dhan is recommended. How many things I can let go in family life, because this is very important, because we normally get very possessive with people. We get possessive with lot of things what belongs to us. And that is a natural tendency. If we live with people, we are going to get possessive. So Bhagavan says, this you have to practice. Let go mindness and possessiveness, because without it, you will not be able to think about God constantly. So Bhagavan repeated the Karma Yoga principles, that do your duty cheerfully, do not get attached to the results, let go mindness and possessiveness, overcome like dislikes, and then Bhagavan's favorite topic he took about giving Sthita Prajna Lakshan. And indirectly he was calling Arjun Mahabaho and telling him, see, do you have this kind of qualities? And while listening to these qualities, Arjun understood that I am not having these qualities yet. I get disturbed very easily. I get angry very easily. I get worried very easily. I get tensed very easily. I become indecisive very easily. So Bhagavan is saying, you first practice this, and then once you start practicing these qualities, you will get ample opportunity to test yourself. And that's the reason those who take sannyas also, if we see, most of the gurus will, after teaching them Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, and they will say, okay, now you go out for 6 months and live like a beggar and ask for bhiksha and see whether you can live with like dislikes. And then Bhagavan took one quality, that the wise doesn't hate people. So we have to make a list whom we don't like, whom we hate people. No, I cannot tolerate this person, Now, if this sentence is coming in my mind, then I get very irritated with this person. Then I am not eligible for spiritual paramarthik sannyas. Then this knowledge will not give me experience. Then the wise lives in the 9 gates. What are the 9 gates we saw last time? If you have written notes, you have to refer notes. This person lives in the 9 gates, city of 9 gates, as he lives in it, not it is he. So I live in the body, but I am not the body. And that's the reason he is called as a Vashi. He is a master of the 9 gates. Then the wise person looks at everyone as same. Now, this is where we actually stopped, where there was an objection by Arjun saying that in Gautama Smriti, how can we actually be same with all? Now, this is a very important point which many people ask. No, you say that we must be equanimous, because one quality which Lord again and again mentions is be equanimous with all. So one question is that how can I be equanimous to all? Those I must respect. Those I cannot respect. Those who are not worthy of respect, I should not respect. Number one, Guruji gives one example. Yesterday we were discussing in one satsang. Younger must prostrate the elder. This is Guruji's example. But suppose the Guru is young, then younger than you, then what to do? By age. So, how can we be same with all? Now, this next point is that if somebody is inferior than me, why should I bow down and why should I respect? I will bow down to somebody superior to me. Why should I bow down to a stone? That is where most people, other religions say that stone is inferior to a human being. So why should I bow down to glass, stone or metal where most of the statues are made of that? So this is Vyavaharik Drushti. So there are two Drushtis. One is Vyavaharik Drushti. Yes, in the Vyavahar, in transactions, I cannot treat everybody as same because I cannot treat all women as my wife or my sister. I cannot treat my boss like subordinate. I cannot treat my subordinate as my boss. How can I do that? When I'm going in office, I have to be with the boss as a subordinate. When I am with my subordinate, I have to be like a boss. When I am at home with mother, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law, I have to be their daughter and daughter-in-law, son and son-in-law. With my children, I have to be parents. How can I be same? So Bhagwan says that, correct. So from Vyavaharik Drushti, you have to transact accordingly. But there is another Drushti called as a Paramarthik Drushti. And the wise knows at the back of the mind that all are Brahman. So there was once upon a time Akbar and Birbal. I think we all know stories. So one day Akbar and Birbal were walking in the garden and Birbal saw Tulsi plant. So he prostrated Tulsi. So Akbar told, why are you prostrating? It's only a plant. Birbal told, no, it is our goddess. We also do Tulsi Puja. We also do Tulsi marriage. It is goddess. It is our goddess. So Akbar looked at the Tulsi plant, looked at Birbal, went to Tulsi plant, took the Tulsi plant and crushed it and threw it. See what I have done to your God. This is your God. So Birbal told, yes, kept quiet. But he was Birbal. After a few days, again they were having a walk. But he was Birbal. I told her, Birbal is Birbal. There was a Khaj Kuchli plant there. Khaj Kuchli plant means, we all know what is Khaj Kuchli plant. The moment you touch it, the entire body will start itching and scratching. So Birbal was very smart. He bowed down to Khaj Kuchli plant. Now Akbar again saw, what are you doing? Oh, no, this is my goddess. Oh, this is your goddess. I will show what your goddess is. He took the Khaj Kuchli plant, rubbed it, crushed it, and the moment, and then threw it. See what I did to your goddess. Birbal told, yes, Bhagwan, my earlier goddess was very mild, but this goddess is not mild. And then in 5 minutes, all Khaj Kuchli started on Akbar's body and he started dancing and shouting, what have you done? Birbal told, I have not done. I told you these are our goddesses. One god, a goddess is mild. Saraswati goddess is mild. But if you meet Kali goddess, this is Kali avatar. Now what is the solution? Then Birbal told that now we have to bow down to another goddess. Whom? Cow. Why cow? Because cow will give cow dung, and that cow dung has to be applied on your body. Then only this Khaj Kuchli will go. Birbal told, he told, no, you have to first of all do prostration, then only cow will give. So then Birbal told, I prostrate. But please relieve me of this Khaj Kuchli. And so this is a Paramarthik view that all are Brahman and all are having the same consciousness, whether it is stone, whether it is plant, whether it is animal, whether it is human being. And that's the reason we worship all. It is ideal behind the idol, Gurudev used to say. And those people do not have the knowledge. This knowledge, they always criticize that, why are you worshipping one Shivalinga? He is Shiva. Why are you worshipping Shaligram? He is Vishnu. Yes. Because for us, every stone, every plant, every animal, and every human being is having the same consciousness. So we remember that and then worship this. As you remember your children by looking at the photograph when they go abroad, when they get married, most of the elderly people, they have these photographs. They will see the photograph and remember those experiences. That is the technology. Arjun told Bhagwan understood, but thank you for giving me the wise lakshanas. Can I know what are the lakshanas in short of ignorant people? So now with that we will start. And now very important topic coming up, because most of us want happiness. So today we'll decode happiness. So this is what we covered about having Samadarshan, and we worship divinity in all. So Arjun asked, Bhagwan, can we have ignorant lakshan? Before that, Lord also told this sentence on which there is further discussion, that wise neither rejoices with pleasant nor grieves with unpleasant. Is free from delusion, has steady wisdom, knower of self-knowledge. So what are the qualities of ignorant people? Lord says in verse number 15 that we have ignorance of the self. Before anybody discusses with you about God, please ask them, let us discuss God later on. First of all, let us discuss who are you? Why have you taken birth? Where were you before this birth? After this birth, where will you be? Who are you in reality? Then we discuss world and then we discuss God. So that is a process in Vedanta. So in Bhagavad Gita also we saw, first of all, Lord took self-knowledge, then Bhakti Yoga, then God's, and then the relationship. The second is that we have erroneous notion that I am this body, mind, intellect due to habit of aneka janma samprapta. That's the reason if we are body rooted, then we will seek experience. If we are mind rooted, we will seek relationship, happiness. And suppose we are intellect rooted, we will seek knowledge. And suppose we are consciousness rooted, then we will see consciousness everywhere. This creates doership, enjoyership, bondage, and suffering. This is the state of an ignorant person. Now, all this thing was discussed. So this is only revision going on. So Arjun told Bhagwan, I understood, but I have one question. Honestly tell me, you have been constantly telling since 4 chapters, even in this chapter, that the wise person doesn't hate, the wise person is beyond pair of opposite, the wise person looks equal to all, the wise person neither rejoices, neither grieves. Do you think that this state is a very boring state like a stone? I'm not interested in moksha. I am not interested in enlightenment, because this is one very common doubt. Even in Chinmaya mission, I have encountered this question. That I don't want moksha, nirvana, because it seems to be a very boring state. No thrill, no fun, no maja, no restaurant, no picture, no coffee. You don't enjoy coffee, you don't enjoy dosa, you don't enjoy any food, you don't enjoy any movie, you don't enjoy any relationship. No maja, then what is the problem? Thoda problem se theek hai, but I am enjoying this life, no? This family life is good. Yeah, there is some problem in the body, some illnesses, diseases come at the old age, but I have enjoyed my life. Achha, what have you enjoyed? No, I have traveled world over. I have many relationships. I have got so many experiences. And the wise, you never gave all these experiences, these lakshanas in in Sitaprajna Lakshan, since second chapter I am listening, Bhagwan. You never told the wise travels all over the globe. Then the wise actually experiences all foods in all restaurants. Then the wise have many relationships and many enjoyment. The wise goes and sees and enjoys Niagara Falls and Taj Mahal. Never you say like this. He goes to America, Switzerland. Never you said any lakshanas like that. So I am not interested in this. Seems to be a very boring state. And second question also I want to ask you. Constantly you are talking about sense control, sense control, sense control. Tell me honestly, you only have created this world. Does this world has happiness or no? Why you are telling me not to get attached to the world so much? So two questions. Does the state of the wise person is boring, no thrills, no maja? And second question, tell me honestly, Bhagwan, you have been constantly talking about sense control, mind control, desire control. Is there happiness in this world or no? Two questions. Bhagwan answers the first question. No, my dear Arjun. The wise finds endless, akshayam, source of happiness from the self, which is unattached and which is contactless happiness. Our all happiness is contact driven. Very important point to note. Contactless happiness and contact driven happiness. In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is an Anand Mimansa where it has been mentioned, and the happiness what we take, what we think that I am happy, the wise person's happiness is million, trillion times higher than our happiness. So this person is not interested in having a contact-driven happiness of the world. That's the reason Mahatmas like Jnaneshwar Maharaj or Adi Shankaracharya says that this contact-driven happiness is, first of all, not there only. And even if you say it is there, it is a crow's shit on a waste paper lying on the roadside. That is what the world looks like from that highest state. The world is so boring because I have now got Anandache dohi Ananda Taranga. Anandachi anga Anandache, Tukaram Maharaj says. Now I have got the source of happiness. Why I will go for effect of happiness? So spirituality is not for unintelligent people. Spirituality is not for unambitious people. Those who want to know the source of happiness. And once I get the source of happiness, I will not be dependent on the effects of happiness. So now the topic what is coming in this chapter, which is very important, which is the completion of this chapter and then some introduction about Dhyana Yoga, is, Bhagwan, please tell me about happiness. In this world, happiness is there or no? So now let's discuss about happiness. Decoding happiness. Bhagwan says, yes, there is pleasure, thrill, enjoyment in contact with the world, but happiness is not there. So we must distinguish between happiness and pleasure, happiness and enjoyment. So there is in word also it is there. Enjoy. Enjoy means there has to be an engagement. Enjoy means there has to be some joining. Whereas joy means without any connect. I can just sit, close my eyes, and then happiness can be experienced from within. Any contact-born pleasure appears to be nice, but actually a womb of sorrow, because it has a beginning and it has an end. And that's the reason many people, when they are happy, they say, touch wood, because this happiness should not be lost. Suppose I am getting happiness from an object. If that object disappears, my happiness disappears. Suppose I am getting happiness from a person. A person is my source of happiness. That particular person disappears or becomes old, that particular happiness goes. Suppose I am getting happiness from a situation. That situation disappears, my happiness disappears with that situation. So it has a beginning and it has an end. So Bhagavan is discriminating that happiness is not there. There might be some pleasure, thrill, enjoyment in contact for some time. But after I contact and I get that thrill, enjoyment for some time, later on I need to maintain. I will not get the same happiness again and again. We are going to see some analysis of happiness. But first of all, what is happiness? Happiness is defined as state of mind. And Gurudev has given one of the best definitions here. The state of mind is called as tranquility of mind. Tranquility means very minimal thoughts. When my mind is agitated, even the best dish comes before me, even the person whom I love comes before me, I will not feel happy because my mind is so agitated. So there are equations of happiness given in self-unfoldment. Most of the time, our myth is that if I have a desire, if my desire is fulfilled, I will be happy. The equation is less the desire, there will be more happiness. So let us analyze this. Do you want happiness or sorrow? Of course, happiness. You want happiness now or in future? Of course, now. You want happiness forever or short time? Of course, forever. You want happiness from the world? Of course, yes. Now let us analyze this happiness from the world, because the point what Lord is drawing here is that please do not waste a lot of time in seeking happiness from the world. Just deal with people, situation, objects. For dealing with it, just do the transaction, but do not expect, because expectation will lead to disappointment. How will you get? Of course, by contact, by action, by effort. So, worldly happiness depends upon contact. If I touch the person whom I love, I will be happy. If I touch another person whom I don't love, I will be unhappy. If I want to go to America, I need to get money. I need to get visa. For that, I have to go and stand in the line, go twice, thrice. Then they might reject the visa. Then there is a lot of effort. Then while going there also, I need to have insurance. I cannot fall sick in America. And then I will get some maja in America there. Not that there is maja there or happiness there, but so much of contact, action and effort. And after coming back from America, most Indians come home, then have dal chawal or tair sadam or some nice sambar, and then they say, I'm so happy. Because there we don't get all the food what we want. Now I am very happy. So conditions for contact happiness. Lord is saying, okay, these are the conditions. So I am saying that it is not permanent. It is temporary. And that temporary is so fleeting that when it comes, when it goes, you will not know. Number one, you must have healthy senses. Then only I can enjoy. Maximum enjoyment can happen at the age of 25 when I have a fit body. If my eyes are weak, ears are weak, teeth are not there, my skin is becoming loose, all my organs are becoming loose, there is no enjoyment. That's the reason even after having so much of money, people are not able to enjoy food, travel, because body cannot cope up now. So number one is that body has to be fit. So enjoyment definition is equal to health. First of all, if health goes, the enjoyment goes. Second, the object, sense object must be of my liking. No, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. I only like this. I only like the filter coffee made by myself. I don't like any other coffee in any other restaurant. Then the sense objects are not as per my liking. I cannot enjoy. Even I go to restaurant, there are so many people I know, they go to restaurant, they don't enjoy anything because they don't like anything. This is too tikha, this is too less namak, this is too spicy, this is not spicy at all. There is too much of oil, so many things people say there is no enjoyment. Then there must be permission to enjoy. It must be, I must have permission to enjoy. I cannot just go to any college, any school, any restaurant and enjoy because I must be permitted. If you go to a bar, they will ask you license. First tell us that you have license to drink. And after drinking, do I have the capacity to digest the drink? They must be legal. They must have been good quality. Then I must not have fear. Suppose I am going to the best of the restaurant, best of the movie, best of Switzerland, best of the place. So basically place, person, situation, object. But that time some mobile rings and some news come of somebody's death. Will I be able to enjoy? No. So the state of mind must be fearless and sorrowless. There are many people give this, I was there, I was enjoying, I was in a picnic and this call came and then all my picnic went off, all my enjoyment went off because the state of mind changed. Then the next thing, why do we enjoy ice cream? This is one important question. Most people enjoy ice cream. Those who cannot eat, basically they are not eating because they cannot enjoy, but they have throat problem. No, after eating ice cream, my throat will go for a problem or I will get shardi or khasi, so I am not eating. Actually, I like ice cream. So ice cream philosophy is very important. Number one, we all know that ice cream has a limited time span to remain outside as ice cream. Otherwise, it will become water, liquid. Secondly, when ice cream touches the mouth, the tongue, that moment, because it is cold, that moment the mind comes in the present moment. So first of all, I know it is temporary and the mind comes in the present moment, and that moment my eyes are closed and I say, kya thanda maza aa raha hai. So whenever we know it is temporary and mind is in the present, it must be aligned with the object. Then only I can enjoy. If mind is in the future, mind is in the past, if the ice cream melts, it becomes warm, then I cannot enjoy the ice cream. Now the next point, suppose I like samosa or Coca-Cola or ice cream. How many Coca-Colas or samosas or ice cream I can eat which will give me happiness? The second one will give me less happiness. The third one will give me less happiness. The fourth one will create nausea. The fifth one will create disease in my body. So that's the reason our happy moments are very few actually. People cook up stories. No, I was happy this time, happy. Basically, suppose you ask, please let me know when were your frustrating moment, angry moments, sad moments. There is a huge list we have. Tell me when you are happy. No, when I got married, I was happy that day. When I got my job, but later on, all 40 years. Gurudev gives a story. No, when I was in college, I thought the day I will get my first salary, that day I will be very happy. The day I got my salary, before that boss calls comes that from tomorrow you have to go to, then all my happiness goes in the salary. Then I thought the moment I get married, I will be happy. The moment I get married, then there has to be a house, this, that, in-laws, 50 people come in the life. It comes as a package, my happiness diluted. No, I will be happy when I get a child. When child comes, all nappy changing and getting up at night, then happiness goes in all efforts and actions. Many people's health reduces when they get children because now too much of work. 2 to 3 years I have to remain awake at night for feeding the child, cooking, so much of challenge. Where is the happiness? Where I am at peace? I can just relax and peaceful, and happiness will come from within. Next set of questions to ask. Have we become healthier by indulging in sense pleasures? When we indulge in sense pleasures, my mental, physical vitality goes down. And slowly, this pleasure makes us slaves that without it, I cannot live. There is fear, there is uncertainty. Then after certain age, we cannot enjoy maximum things. I cannot enjoy a walk. I cannot enjoy hundreds of things because teeth are not there. Digestion goes for a toss. So now one question is asked that all this thing, Bhagavan, you have told. So Bhagavan says, yes, there is one more thing, but without contact, one can be happy and peaceful because our definition of happiness is Sukha Shanti. How come in sleep you are happy? Number one question. Why? Because I always believe that with contact, they will be happy. If I contact more people, more happiness. If I go to situation where I like, there will be more happiness. If I am in the prime health and if I have lot of money, then that will be maximum happiness. That is what is described in Taittiriya Upanishad. Maximum happiness in the contact field is that 25-year-old young person with full health and abundance of money, kings of kings. That happiness is minuscule compared to a wise person's happiness, which is the infinite source. So how come in sleep I am happy when I let go all family, all job, all business, all work, no contact, no place, no person, no object, and then I love going into sleep. If I don't sleep, I will get frustrated, irritated, agitated. So that is one proof what we have every day, that we love to go to sleep. Even while having this lecture also, I do not know how many people are sleeping behind the screen. Because some people say when I listen to lecture, I go to sleep. Guruji gives this example that once he asked one lady, that why do you attend Bhagavad or Bhagavad Gita? No, अच्छा लगता है. तो क्या अच्छा लगता है? नहीं, वहां पे अच्छी नींद लगती है. घर पे नींद नहीं लगती है. When I listen to discourse, I feel very peaceful, very nice, so I attend. So that is a proof what we have every day, that without any contact, I can be peaceful. But in that sleep, there is ignorance. Gurudev describes enlightenment as nirvana or moksha as wakeful sleep. Simple word. Wakeful sleep is the highest state where I'm awake and I can see the body, mind, intellect sleeping. And that's the reason Kabir Das Ji says, or in Bhagavad Gita also it has been mentioned, when the world sleeps, I am awake. And when I am awake, world sleeps. In that way, Bhagwan mentions that in the sleep also, the enlightened person knows that the body, mind, intellect is sleeping, because he has already reached the Turiya Avastha. He can watch the waking state, he can watch the dream state, he can watch the deep sleep state. Conclusion: there is no happiness in objects. It is superimposed by us. Because when I love a person, everybody should love it. Because what we love, suppose we ask that which gives us happiness. That which doesn't give us happiness, we don't love it. This is a very important relationship between happiness and love. Only those people whom we think that they are my source of happiness, from there we can get some happiness, we love them. Suppose a person becomes a source of pain, irritation, frustration, anger for us, we don't love that person. Suppose we are going to get something from that person, then we love that person because we are getting some happiness from that person. So happiness is superimposed by us, because suppose we think that some people get so much of happiness from cigarette, and some people cannot stand the smoke. That means the happiness, satisfaction, maja is there in the cigarette or in the person. Some people get so much enjoyment by drinking. Other person just cannot stand the smell of the drink. So the happiness is not, satisfaction is not, that mental state is not in the drink or smoke or fish or non-veg or veg. It is there in us. And that is what the self-knowledge leads us to, that self-happiness. So there is happiness in us, in our real self, not the illusory self which separates us. And that is what Lord gave that knowledge in the second chapter, that seek that self, seek the truth, seek the self-knowledge, Brahma Vidya, which is there in Upanishad. Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam. It is in now, available now. And realize that I am the infinite source of happiness. Understood, Mr. Arjun? Arjun said, yes, Bhagwan, I understood that there is no happiness in the world. There is no happiness in the object, person, situation. I superimpose happiness on this, but there is small thrill, some enjoyment, maja is there, but it is temporary. And that's the reason once I get that temporary happiness, then again and again I go for that particular thing and waste so much of energy, physical, mental, and then I get tired at the age, and then I don't get happiness from the world, then I start getting frustrated, irritated. Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that, can a cat relax under the shade of a hood of a snake? In this verse, in this topic, he says cat cannot relax. Rat cannot relax when it is in presence of snake. In the same way, we cannot relax in the presence of sense objects. The sense objects will swallow us. We will become helpless. So, Lord is again and again mentioning, so that question Arjuna asked, that why are you insisting on sense control? And Adi Shankaracharya's commentary on this is still more direct. He says that develop dosha and dukkha buddhi towards the world object, because Lord Adi Shankaracharya goes one step ahead and says there is not even a smell of happiness in this world, compared to what happiness your own self, infinite self has. That example we always give, that suppose you go to Mukesh Ambani and say, okay, let us open a chai shop at Sakinaka. He will say, I am not interested because there is no happiness in that. I have got so much of money. I have been thinking of opening up some 30,000 crore project because I have got so much of money. Why I will be interested in going for a chai shop at Sakinaka and get happiness from it? Not interested. So one who goes after worldly objects seeking happiness are like stupid fools and pashus. To that level, Adi Shankaracharya goes to tell us. Because animals do not have any sense of higher happiness. They are only knowing contact happiness from food, from sleep, from progeny. Bhagwan, I understood a happy person's definition from paramarthic standpoint of view, but please tell me in day-to-day life, whom will you call as happy person? So this is very important for us to practice. This is from the paramarthic nature of world, nature of happiness, definition of happiness. So Bhagwan again comes back to his main point, which is again and again repeated in Bhagavad Gita, is a person who remains equanimous with the vega, Bhagwan says in his words, with the passion of desire and anger. That person who can withstand that storm of desire and anger is actually a naraha, otherwise you are a pashu. So whenever anger comes, I must ask questions. To whom this anger is happening? So let us take for 2 minutes, as Bhagwan has mentioned about desire and anger. We also saw earlier desire management. We saw sense management. We saw mind management. Let us take few minutes for anger management. So first of all, there are different types of angers. First of all, we must analyze it. There is a habitual anger, which is called as a chronic disease. Then there are volatile angers. Then there are silent angers. Especially it has been said that men display volatile anger, women display silent anger. Baat nahi karenge. But there is anger inside. Whenever some people are angry, especially women, they will not talk. That is their display of anger. Then there is judgmental anger. I don't like this. I don't like this. The person whom I don't like, I become very judgmental. Then there are self-inflicted angers. Means suppose I get angry, I will trouble myself. I will not eat. I will do something which will trouble me, which will harm me. Then there are behavioral angers. Then there are verbal angers. Then there are physical angers. Then there are passive angers. I am angry within, but I am not saying anything. Different dramas going on in anger. So we must know, first of all, what is anger? It is an emotion, it is a thought, it can be changed. Second, anger comes from inside or outside. I must be clear. You did this, so I am angry. You said this, so I am angry. Then I cannot overcome anger at all because the source of happiness is outside. I must say that I got angry because of my nature. No, it is right, And then some people will go to 10 people and justify the anger, Yeah, you are very right in getting angry. Then anger cannot be controlled. And all religions, all Mahatmas says that Mahatmas don't get angry. If I'm a spiritual sadhak, I must not get angry. No, I don't get angry, but I get irritated. It is anger only. No, I don't get angry, but I get frustrated. It is anger only. No, I don't get angry, but I get agitated. That is anger only. Advaita Swami says that anger is a sign of your papa. The more papa a person has done in life, it will reflect as anger, because in anger, I cannot think of self-knowledge. In anger, I cannot think of God. In anger, my discrimination goes down and the person perishes. We saw this equation. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa. In that, we saw the entire process. Bhagwan again telling that overcome anger, because anger will not take you ahead in spirituality. Recently, I had gone to a Jain, session. There is a big Paryushan going on. There they were telling that our voice must be low while talking. We should not shout. First of all, practice non-shouting, non-talking in a loud voice when you are not happy about certain things. Then pariksha and do niriksha and then talk. Why anger comes? Because of insistence and resistance on the result. That's the reason Lord says practice this in your day-to-day life, because there will be hundreds of opportunities. No, but I am justified, The moment I justify my anger, I can never overcome. Cause of anger is desire obstruction. Even though it is noble, I should not get angry, because all saints say that anger is basically destroying us only. It doesn't destroy the other person. It destroys only relationships. Anger is like holding a burning coal on my hand. That is how I am holding anger. How to overcome? Let go resistance and insistence. Replace anger with love. Remember God, that God will take care of that person. You need not get angry on that particular person. Just because the person is doing wrong, if I get angry, it will not resolve the problem. So these are some tips of anger management, because here Bhagwan says, who is an integrated personality? Sayukta. Who is a Sayukta? One who is Sasukhi, one who is happy. And he is the Nara, Sanara. So body, mind, intellect must go together. I must discover the source of happiness, and he or she is the real Nara. Otherwise, we are Pashus. We will take the desire part next time, because Bhagwan mentioned that these two actually are the destroyers of our happiness and peace. Anger and desire, kama and krodha. We also saw Narad Muni's story that he got angry on Vishnu only because he wanted to marry Mohini, and he wanted a very beautiful Rupa like Vishnu, but Vishnu Bhagwan never gave him that, because he knew that he would have fulfilled his wish. Narad Muni would have gone into temptations for many, many lives. So Guruji says that many times Bhagwan do not give us what we want because that is good for us. And he gives certain things so that we evolve in that. So that we will see next time, that the destroyers of our happiness in day-to-day life are desire and anger. So we must take one vow today, that from today I will never shout. From today I will never get angry on anybody. There is a difference between getting angry and being angry. Sometimes you have to shout in the office to get the work done, but being angry is different than getting angry. Gurudev also used to shout loudly, but next moment he is in joyous, peaceful state. Never say ill about another person behind the back of that person. Because a wise person never hates anybody. Never curse anybody that iska bura ho. And slowly, when we practice this, we will find the peace of mind. And this peace of mind will lead to the peace of self. Because what Bhagwan is concluding is that, first of all, let your mind be peaceful. Then you go for seeking this knowledge to a guru. Then you can renounce action. If your mind is not peaceful, then you go to Himalayas also. There you will create unhappiness in Himalayas also. In a cave also. So we will see the desire management, and then with that, Lord is going to conclude this chapter of Karma Sanyasa Yoga and give some introduction of Dhyana Yoga, and completion of 5th chapter is going to happen. And then we are going to deal with one of the most, at least my favorite, is Dhyana Yoga. 6th chapter. So as you are seeing a lot of information about Pada Puja, you can invite Gurudev's Paduka and we will come there and conduct very nice 45 minutes, 1 hour puja. It is not much of tension or not lot of frills. It is simple, but it's a divine experience to have a Pada Puja, because that is our sankalpa to do certain number of pujas in our zone. And happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all, because Ganesh is going to come on Tuesday on this planet and be here for 10 days. And even Ganesh ji also goes back. He also comes as a guest. So we also must remember at least one learning from Ganesh Chaturthi, that we are just guests on this planet for some time. The moment we start becoming host, God says it is my place. Don't try to act clever. You just remain as a guest and exit the hotel by paying proper bills. Don't leave the hotel or restaurant or resort without paying all the bills. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari